Hello everyone and welcome back to this humble abode of gameplay and memes. Today I bring you another video about ARK Survival of the Fittest. This time is going to be another replay commentary, though a bit of a shorter one than you might expect. The main thing I wanted to showcase with this one is a particular set of circumstances I found myself in. So the way I started the game out, I wanted to go to the Redwood Forest first and foremost, grab a Thylacoleo, and then go to the footpaw and start looting some stuff, because the footpaw does in fact offer plenty of good loot very often, and there aren't too many people on there because there aren't too many very big, scary, powerful creatures. At least not usually. Yes, I wanted to try out that strategy, but eventually I ended up running into some guy on a moose, and I foolishly thought I could take him, but I clearly couldn't, and as a result both I and my Thylacoleo got killed, and the only thing left of me was a tiny monkey, like the one you see right here. So what ended up happening was, for some reason the guy who killed me did not finish off the monkey, which allowed me to run away and hide. And it's been quite a few minutes since that incident, which is why I started recording so late, because normally I don't record everything I play, but then I realized, oh wait, I am literally a monkey, and I will keep being a monkey until the rest of the game, or at least until I die. So I decided to hit that record button and see how exactly it played out. So whilst I'm hiding under rocks like this, there is basically zero chance of people ever noticing me. So that is exactly what I'm going to be doing here, just sitting there waiting for people to pass me by before going towards the center myself. I'm using K mode to look around, to have a better look around, so as to not reveal myself, and I see quite a few people approaching. As you can see, there is a level 3 Spino with a bunch of other level 3 creatures. I think he's got a bear as well, the same guy. And eventually a huge friggin' dragon shows up with other level 3 creatures in tow as well, so it looks like there's a massive fight is gonna break out here between those two groups, and I'm just sitting there recording and reporting it all. You can see a guy passes by on a baryonyx, doesn't notice me, just wants to get away from all these guys. There's another dude on a Margosaurus on top, but in the meantime it looks like everybody is getting destroyed. The dragon and the Spinosaurus are the only ones left standing, and it looks like the Spino goes down as well. So now it's basically just the dragon and some tiny creature beneath, but then the dragon also goes down as the Ring of Death closes in. I am very lucky to be standing basically right on the border of the Ring of Death. I am of course stepping out of the way to make sure neither the Mantis nor the Amargosaurus noticed me, and somehow they didn't. Even though another person approaches, immediately gets pounced on by the Mantis. And it looks like the Mantis does in fact go down here, but the two other people, they keep fighting. Let's see which one of them comes out on top. I think the guy, or at least one of them, came out on top and ran away with the Mantis. I think the other one died. So yeah, so far the strategy of hiding under a rock and being completely unnoticed is working out flawlessly. I'm just sitting there, biding my time, waiting until I hopefully can start moving again. I am not moving in quite yet because I'm trying to see if more people would come in from the north. But then I realize it's probably too late at this point, so I do in fact start running here. Of course, as a monkey, I need to be extremely careful because, I don't actually want to level up at all, and I'm pretty sure it's obvious why. I really don't want to level up, because if I do, I will end up being seen. Because you know how the level badges of creatures can be seen from very far away, and I figure if I level up my monkey, I will be found out and killed immediately, so I don't do that. I am just going to be a level 0 monkey here. Bit of a lag spike, not entirely sure what caused it, or not entirely sure if that was in the game or just in the OBS whilst I was recording. And yes, speaking of the OBS, I apologize for horrendous video quality. I lowered the graphics so I could stream this game as well. You can probably catch me streaming it live sometime. As long as you check my channel regularly, maybe subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Okay, I see there is a horrific monstrosity passing by. There is a level 2 Utyrannus with a level 3 Rhino. Really don't want to mess with those guys. Though I suspect they're so big that they wouldn't notice me if they straight up just ran over me. But yes, for now I'm just keeping my distance from everybody. I see they are engaging, or they seem to be engaging someone else. There is a Giganotosaurus in front of me, which also appears to be tamed. So of course I pause before moving on. Have to be extremely careful here. I'm also trying to conserve my stamina, you know, without wasting that needlessly. Trying to check where exactly the Giganotosaurus is going, and I am quite unsure where it is going, because it's not going towards the center, it's going like the opposite direction. No idea what that's all about, but as long as it doesn't cross paths with me, I think I'll be okay. So I keep moving, and now the ring starts moving as well, so I realize I probably need to hurry up and start crossing the stream right then and there. Obviously, you know, as a monkey I don't swim very well, though I'm sure it swims a little bit better than some other creatures, but it's still not quite enough. And since this is one of the final, or one of the later rounds of the game, the ring will be catching up to me quite quickly indeed. You can see people are dying over there. I'm not entirely sure, but I think those might be the people on the Giganotosaurus or on the Rhino and the Yeti. The jury's still out on that one. But yes, I keep moving towards the safe zone, except for some reason I decide to move perpendicular to that here, allowing the ring to catch up quite significantly to me. This is of course not very good news, because, as we will find out shortly, it turns out the ring is actually faster than the monkey at a sprint. You can see right here, as I run out of stamina and can no longer sprint, the ring does end up catching up to me here. And here I do find out two incredible properties of the ring. One is that, well, you constantly take damage while you're inside it, which is the whole point of it, of course, but the other one is that you've got infinite stamina whilst you are outside of a playable area. Unfortunately, this still doesn't help me too much, because as you can see right now, at this point the ring is actually faster than a sprinting monkey, and I make a horrible mistake of healing a little bit too early, because I was, I guess, in a panic or something like that. So I heal up extremely early, which results in me dying, just like that. But that's okay, you know. This means I do end up taking 15th place, which is not that great, but you know, it's better than like 30th place that I would have taken if the monkey wasn't there at all. And now I can do my favorite part of this game, which is the shoutcasting. Yes, I can see exactly what other players have, what they're working with, and possibly what they're planning. You can see this guy right here, yes, with a level 3 Spino, level 3 Bear, and a level 2 Rock Elemental, and a level 3 Thyla as well, although I'm pretty sure the Thyla, yeah, I think the Thyla is actually from a different player. It's hard to say with all these shades of pink. Meanwhile, there is a guy on a Mantis. I think that was the guy that we saw earlier. Or it very well could be, because, you know, there aren't too many Mantises in a given match. Or in any given match, I should say. There is another guy on a level 3 Spino. Somebody is getting killed. I am unfortunately missing a little bit of action. However, you can see those two Spinos with an Amargasaurus as well. The Amargasaurus that we once again, I'm pretty sure we saw earlier. There is a level 1 Therizino. Probably wouldn't last very long about anything else. There is a naked guy on foot. Probably just lost all of their creatures very shortly here. Oh, and there's the guy with the Yeti and the Rhino that we saw before. I do not see the Giganotosaurus anywhere though, which tells me it's probably got killed by somebody. Probably the Rhino Rider. Yes, the Bear with the Spino are crossing the stream, nothing special there, or crossing a little gulf, I guess I should say. There's another guy on a Spino, this time with black letters. There is a guy on a Baryonyx. There is a guy on a Deer. Which, actually, this guy could have been the one who killed me. I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't know. But yes, it takes a few arrows to... The Deer takes a few arrows and has to retreat and heal up a little bit here. But still, he is relatively safe, at least from those guys over down there. So he can start throwing gas grenades and all other kinds of grenades, and even probably shoot some rockets if he has those. There's a guy on an Allosaurus as well. This one, it's really hard to see because of the trees in your face, but yeah, looks like this guy is about to grab a red drop here, which I'm sure will help him out tremendously. Yes, there is a guy with the Amarga and the Spino. That is a different guy from the one with the level 3 Spino and a level 2 Rock Elemental. Don't get those two mixed up. There is a guy who's not only on foot but also in the water and with no armor at all. Not entirely sure what happened there. But I guess all we can do at this point is just wish him good luck. He does grapple onto a wall here and ascend. Hanging dangerously close to the large dino team that you saw right there, the purple team. Has to be a little bit careful, but they definitely won't notice him. At least not until the ring starts moving. Oh, there's the Giganotosaurus. Okay, the blue guy that was on foot, Bobette, got killed by the person on the moose. And there you have some engagements happening. Unfortunately, I of course switched to something else entirely here. Come on, past me, what the hell is going on here? I'm just watching. While all this destruction is happening somewhere, there's like a royal rumble of creatures somewhere on the shore. I'm just watching a baryonyx fight a moose here. Oh no. Terrible, terrible camera work from past me. God, I hate past me. This was like, I think I already said, this recording was like from a month ago at this point. I like to believe I got more confident with the camera since then, but I'm gonna have to go get back to you on that one. The Amargasaurus is here trying to bully the moose out of the playable area. The Amarga rider has lost the Spino somewhere, and as you can see, he is getting closer. The moose rider is getting closer to the shore where all the epic action is happening. I am still failing to watch it. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's a Spino. I think the Giga has already died. The Spino is trying to run away, but failing miserably because it's getting bitten by both a bear and a Thyla. And it looks like it's out of stamina as well, so now the Spino will fall down. There is also a Magmasaur who's been knocked out by something. Down goes the Spino, and now at this point it's just the player that should be remaining. But in the meantime, you can see in the kill feed, yes, the Dorte Vader guy finally catches up and finishes off the Amargasaurus rider. Another thing to keep in mind. The bear is still running around, and so is the Baryonyx. The guy on the grapple, you can see up top. You could see briefly up top there. He was still hanging up on the wall. Now there's the guy on the mantis. Next to him, another guy on foot. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, my camera just possessed an ant there for a second for some reason. This guy, interestingly enough, also has no armor. Or at least, I don't know, maybe he hasn't, maybe he has just lost it, I'm not entirely sure. But yes, he will now be probably finishing off that other guy with the same coloring. This person is known as Rectangles. Oh, there's the Aloe rider coming in. Yes, they start fighting. Oh, wow, they just took so much damage immediately from that Mantis, damn. Yeah, the Mantis must be seriously packing some serious damage because, yeah, the Aloe goes down in like 5 hits basically, and at this point it's just the Mantis versus the guy on foot. The guy on foot does have some sort of armor, but the Aloe gets finished off. Now there is no chance of reviving it. The Mantis keeps jumping around, which makes it really hard to hit. I'm not entirely sure who looted that first. I think it might be this Mantis rider, because I do see some chitin armor on him. Finishes off another player. Oh, it was the Aloe rider. He finished off the Aloe rider. Now he's fighting another guy with the black letters, or dark brown letters anyhow. It is Rectangles versus Mensch. At this point, it's anybody's game. Yes, he did get better armor. I think he might have gotten better armor there from finishing off the other guy. He does have a rocket launcher and a shotgun, so he should be really careful. Or it's a harpoon gun, my bad. But now they are both fighting on foot. However, an armor with the rocket launcher is a definitely better set than no armor and a flaming bow. And so Mr. Mensch here gets, or Miss Mensch anyhow, gets finished off. And the guy with rectangles moves on his merry way. Somebody retamed the Magmasaur. It might have been, yeah, it looks like it was the guy with all the tames who's managed to lose most of them at this point. It's just the bear and the Magmasaur. Very curious as to how exactly he lost them, but I guess we'll never know because, once again, terrible camera work. The guy with the grappling hook is still hanging on to the wall, but at this point he has to move because, yes indeed, because the ring is moving. Does find himself some nice armor and a better shield as well. So he is still very much in the game. Unfortunately, I once again missed some action downstairs where a magmasaur rampages angrily around and manages to kill somebody. Yes, this guy has to walk all the way from his hideout, you know, straight across towards the final location, final destination. The moose rider has lost his moose and is now just on foot as well. Has to be really careful. There is another guy in front of him hiding in the grass, but he does not notice. The magmasaur has been knocked out. I think they are trying to retame it. The guy with the rocket launcher. This is a different guy with a rocket launcher, by the way. This is somebody named Wolf, not the rectangles guy. He is fighting what looks to be the red guy that was hanging onto the grapples, because yeah, his name is mentioned. He has red letters. Has to be extremely careful though. You do not want to get close to a magmasaur. I'm pretty sure even humans get lit on fire if they get too close. You can already see him taking damage just like that. It looks like he's running away really far for some reason. Well, I'm guessing the further away from the devastating breath of the magmasaur, the better. There's the level 3 Dilo, and here comes the moose guy, Rizzery. We should probably start using his normal name. Mensch gets shot in the back of the head. He does not notice what was happening. So now Rizzery has both a Dilo and a Stego. They both get aggro on the magmasaur as Rizzery himself engages with Mensch. In the meantime, the green guy is steadily approaching the perimeter. Lots and lots of rectangles on this guy. I think the rectangles guy with the black ladders actually got killed because I cannot see him anymore. It's just these 4 tribes left. The magmasaur rider, the rectangles, the Rizzery, and Mensch. And they're all fighting each other. It's absolute chaos. However, with so few teams left, I do not think it will be all that exciting. However, as most of the teams finally go down, it is still quite exciting because now they'll be fighting on foot. And it's all about aim and your prowess with your armor and your weapons. Without any dinos involved. Yes, you can see Wolf and Rizzery actively trying to destroy each other. It looks like Rizzery is in a bit of a better position as he's got himself a flamethrower, or at least used to have. He's no longer using it. Meanwhile, Mensch is somehow clinging on to dear life. As Wolf does get finished off here, it's just Rizzery and the rectangles guy, and it looks like Rizzery is being teamed up on by the 2 other remaining players. However, they aren't very successful, and they are still, you know, they don't trust each other too much. Down goes Mensch. It's just Rizzery versus the rectangles guy, and suddenly the Rizzery pulls out the flamethrower again. And at this point, I am not entirely sure what the rectangles guy can do anymore. I think he's just gonna get fried alive and regret all of his decisions that he's ever made. There you go. Rizzery, the moose rider, who could possibly be the guy that killed me. I don't remember at this point. With this match of ARK Survival of the Fittest, I try to type GG, but of course it doesn't work because the players who are dead can no longer type in all chat. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this exciting little snippet of me playing ARK Survival of the Fittest. And I hope to see you here again. If you did enjoy, make sure to like the video, probably subscribe to the channel, and also leave a comment down below with suggestions and all that cool stuff. For now though, this is all I've got for you for today, so goodbye, take care everybody, and I hope to see you soon again. Have a great day, or night, or afternoon, or whatever you've got going on for you. Bye.